Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, as they say, CEOs, it's lonely at the top. Well, we'll be talking to one of the leaders of a different kind of CEO roundtable next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, as you saw in the show open, I was a employee for a large corporation for 25 years, and then I went out on my own. I became a CEO. Well, it is lonely at the top. I mean, if you're having money issues, if you're having personnel issues, who do you talk to? You can't really talk to your friends from corporate America. They don't really relate. That's why sometimes you need to join a great CEO roundtable. Somebody who knows something about that is my next guest, Ken Rundus. He's with CEOS. Thanks for coming on the show.
Great. It's good to be here. Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely. So let's talk about CEOS. What makes it different from other CEO roundtables?
It's really unique in that I had worked with a lot of the other peer group models and found what was missing was a model for the CEO to really understand how their role was very different than anyone else in the organization. Most start as entrepreneurs where they do everything in the organization, but they need to learn how to be more of an orchestra conductor to lead other people to bring out their best performance and truly orchestrate performance in an organization versus the one-man band doing it all themselves.
Absolutely. You gave me an analogy before the show about if you had an ache or pain, you could go to your friends, but at some point you probably need to see a doctor.
That's true. Yeah, you can talk to peers and get a lot of insight on what their experience was, but at the end of the day, you'll need an expert, and nothing like the CEO operating system as a model and a framework that gives you a way to run your business that your friends can give you, and it helps to implement it together, and so there is power in a network and a framework of people that you get to do it together, but you still need to have the expertise. That's the key.
Yeah, and you brought this wonderful book. It's called
Yes.
the Chief Executive Operating System, and this is the authors of this book are also the leaders of CEOS.
They are, and a couple of good local Texas guys. They're in Austin, and they have really developed a great model out of that experience they had themselves of running a business and not having anyone that had a good model or operating system to help them truly become a CEO or a successful CEO.
We're going to pull up the website as we scroll down the website. I want you to talk about kind of the history of the organization. How long has it been around?
Sure. It's been about 6 years. The most recent, this book was published in 23, so it's very recent. It's becoming more known and more popular here in the last couple of years as they've kind of getting established and getting more people that are actually implementing the model. So it's well proven, well established, but still fairly new. So a lot of people haven't heard about it yet.
Ken, what makes a good candidate for a CEO roundtable like yours?
Yes, the difference with this one is you need to have a scale of at least 20 employees because that's when you start having structure issues of learning how to delegate, how to build an organization versus being an entrepreneur. Everyone probably has studied growth models in companies, and there's thresholds at that 0 to 10 employees, 10 to 20, and 20 is a big one that a lot of business owners struggle and get stuck, and even that are using great tools like EOS start looking for an answer that's beyond that helps them understand the CEO role more effectively.
You guys produced a great video. It's a kind of a testimonial video. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
Yep.
I'd obviously seen some of the marketing around American CEO and Texas CEO, and I had previously read Joel's book, and I think just really understanding that there's not a formalized course before being a CEO, I definitely knew that I needed to kind of hone my skills and my craft, and this is really one of the first pieces of curriculum out there that allows you to do that as a CEO.
So as a new CEO, the biggest takeaways of the course is probably the frameworks around coming up with a strategic plan and goals for each department, and using the framework that Joel has created to set us up for success next year and beyond, and get the entire company aligned around what our actual goals and strategies are.
The caliber of students that I'm sitting with has been exceptional. Executives from all over the country, people from different walks of life, and I think that's an important attribute to bring towards any educational environment.
I would say pretty much everything about the course has exceeded my expectations. Really blown away by the amount of takeaway value in the course in such a short period of time. I've never seen something like this so concisely stated, and so many kind of very simple takeaway tools.
This course is amazing because you get so many very practical things to apply to your business almost instantaneously. You know, if you're looking for a very practical course or practical information and education around becoming a great CEO, or even becoming a better CEO, this is one of those courses that or seminars that would be great for you.
Very impressive. In fact, I saw Michael from The Office, that cutout, and,
Yes.
and that's exemplifies a really horrible boss.
It's a good metaphor to point to during the class. Yeah, everyone has that example.
Okay, what's one of your favorite success stories?
I had started a volunteer CEO group myself and decided I wanted to impact business owners in a new way. So I really just started meeting with them on my own. Had an individual that had lost his business and was starting over, and he went from losing his business to starting a new one and being featured on Inc. magazine as one of the fastest growing tech companies in America. And it was just a great affirmation of, with the right model and a good group of people around someone, what the difference can be from failure to success in the CEO role.
And CEOs have blind spots, and it's not like the employees aren't necessarily going to tell the boss what he or she's doing wrong.
Yeah, and of course the biggest myth is that what you don't know won't hurt you. And everyone knows that can kill you. And especially in business, you know, the emperor doesn't have any clothes. A lot of times the CEO does not know, and no one's willing to tell them unless there are ways to decipher that. So one thing really cool about the CEO operating system is that there are assessments and tools to draw out the things that are your blind spots from your own organization and your people, with 360 assessments and those kind of things, which is really effective.
Outstanding. Well, let's talk about some of the deliverables, and then if somebody's interested, how do they sign up?
Sure. Yeah, the key thing that's a deliverable here that's very distinct is you'll spend 2 days on site at the Austin CEO Ranch, and that helps the group get the formative model foundation set in a learning environment. Then you go practice it once a month with your cohort as you implement one principle and apply it and come back and share it with your peers once a month. You also get a system that they have provided in the CEO operating system. There's actually a system that helps you manage your goals and performance, that you can eliminate performance reviews. It's strictly a performance-based goal setting and achievement that makes sure your goals that you have as a CEO are completely aligned with the rest of the organization.
And they can just go to your website, and then can they reach out to you through the website?
Yes, that's the best way to contact me, is to go to the CEO Operating System CEOS website that we'll put up on the screen, and there's a link for roundtable groups. You can see my picture and my profile there and contact me to get more information or sign up if you're interested.
Outstanding. We're going to go ahead and put that up on the screen right now, and we'll leave it there for a second so people can jot that down. Ken Rundus, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeff. It was an honor.
That's it from now. We'll see you next time.